Hey, what is going on guys? Welcome everyone back to another Call of Duty video. Hopefully you're all enjoying your day. In today's video, what we're going to be talking about is some more information regarding the leaks for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Call of Duty World War II. We'll get to the World War II portion in today's video first, because what's interesting is I think about yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, we did get the trailer and information regarding the new DLC 3 for COD World War II. Now what's interesting is I'm doing a leak video a day after these maps are already released, which is pretty insane. That's because a person called GCali22, who has released a lot of information regarding, leaks regarding maps, where he talked about payload, seaside, rooftop, and a Japan map coming to Black Ops 4. He's the type of person who releases these leaked information, which I would say half of it kind of turns out to be true and the other half kind of doesn't. So he does have a very good source wherever he's getting some of this information from, and we're going to be looking at the leaked World War II map. So starting off, as you can see on the screen, these are the confirmed maps for DLC 3. We got a trailer for it and everything like 2 days ago. As I said, we have Market Garden, Monte Cassino, Stalingrad, and of course we have the war map and of course a zombies map as well with it. Now, interestingly, 4 days ago, he already released information talking about what future maps are going to be added into Call of Duty World War II. Now, here's some proof that he kind of put up. He put all this information of all these maps in a Google document, and as you can see at the top, it says that it was last edited 4 days ago, and I'm making this video now, but it was 4 days before the actual release of the trailer, so I would say that his information is quite correct, which is pretty insane. But nonetheless, these are the maps that he said are possibly going to be coming to Call of Duty World War II. So he started off by saying that there's a map called Narvik Front, which is a large wooded map taking place on a winter's night in Norway, which is pretty interesting. I don't know if that kind of sounds like a Call of Duty map title. Usually they have these kind of punchy title names. I don't know if that would be one of them. The next map he talks about, which could possibly come into Call of Duty World War II, is a map called Heat. This one kind of sounds legit. So apparently you're fighting through tall grass, trenches, and broken tanks in the summer on the Eastern Front. And it is a possible Wasteland remake. So that's kind of just the name of the map and the description he has so far. And it could be a Wasteland remake from Modern Warfare 2. And if you didn't know, the Wasteland map in Modern Warfare 2 is actually a remake from a map called Chord in Call of Duty 1 and Call of Duty 2. They both use the same multiplayer map, which is pretty cool. So basically, if the map Heat is a Wasteland remake, it's pretty much going to be a remake of a remake, and I think it will definitely suit the kind of genre and theme of World War II, because it kind of looks like a deserted place where tanks and stuff could have roamed if they went ahead and remade it in that fashion. The next map he talks about, which could be coming to Call of Duty World War II, is Underground 1944. So this is apparently going to be a remake of Underground from Modern Warfare 3 set in London. And if you don't remember the map, or if you haven't played Modern Warfare 3, this is what it looks like here. In my opinion, I really like this map. I like how it worked and everything. Infected on this map in Modern Warfare 3 is pretty good. You could actually get spawn killed very easy on this map as well. I personally think it's just a well-designed map, and I just think it's good overall. So if they do add it in, I think that'd be pretty good. So the next map he talked about, which could be coming to Call of Duty World War II, is a map called Blitz. Now, the description of this map is a small Polish town on the Eastern Front, and it's the second smallest map in COD World War II. Now, what's interesting is that in the description that GCali22 wrote, he wrote in brackets that the map Blitz could be scrapped. So it may or may not be in possible Call of Duty World War II maps or DLC packages or whatnot. Moving over to the next map, GCali22 wrote that we could be getting in another World War II DLC or whatnot is the map Casino. And guess what? He was correct, because if you remember with the DLC 3 World War II trailer and this image right here, we are getting a map called Monte Cassino. So he was somewhat correct with the description and everything, but he wasn't really correct with the name. I guess it was so similar as well, because he said it was going to be called Casino, but instead it was actually called Monte Cassino. So as you can tell, his leaks and stuff are actually quite correct. And remember, he wrote this 4 days ago before the DLC 3 map trailer or anything was released, which is pretty awesome. So moving over, the next map he talks about is something called Operation Dragoon. Apparently it's going to be set in a village in south of France, and it's going to be very similar to Marie de Mont. So it might be like a small to medium-sized map as well. And the next map he talks about is Stalingrad. And guess what? When he made this leak file, he was correct, because in DLC 3, we are actually getting a map called Stalingrad, as you can see on the image on the screen. So overall, with what he said so far, out of the 7 maps, we have 2 which are in DLC 3. So maybe in DLC 4, we could be seeing like the Blitz map or the Underground Modern Warfare 3 remake, or maybe even the Wasteland remake as well, which is Cold Heat. So far, his leaks are somewhat correct, I would say, judging by that. Obviously, you can't take everything with 100% truth, but it seems to me that his sources are somewhat correct, so we can at least put a little bit of faith into it. So not only was he talking about World War II in terms of maps and leaks, he also updated his Black Ops 4 leaked map updates. So if you remember, maybe a few weeks ago, a lot of YouTubers, including myself, made a video talking about the maps that are going to be leaked for Call of Duty World War II, and some of these maps included like a Japan map, a map which is apparently going to be set in a school or in a courtyard or something like that. And GCali22 is the person who created that leaked map list. Well, guess what? He's actually updated the list, which is interesting. And starting off, he did say originally in the list that we're going to be getting 4 remade maps into Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Now, he kind of got them wrong, but he was still right that we're going to be getting 4 remade maps into Black Ops 4. So it's already telling me that, you know, his sources are pretty good. Don't know exactly who is his inside source in terms of information regarding Call of Duty, but so far they are pretty legit. So what he updated on his list was a Standoff remake. So apparently we could possibly be getting a Standoff remake, except he actually has a map name of it this time. And apparently it is going to be called Dustoff, and it's apparently only possible because of based announcements regarding previous DLCs and stuff like that. So it'd be pretty cool to see Standoff coming back into Black Ops 4, because it definitely was one of the best maps for Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and they did remake it in Black Ops 3, so seeing it in Black Ops 4 is a definite possibility. So with the Summit remake, we already know that we're going to be getting Summit for Black Ops 4. He updated the name. He said that the name of the map isn't just going to be called Summit Remake or whatever, it's going to be called Escalade, and apparently it's going to be set in a castle in the Swiss Alps, and it's just going to be the Summit remake. So it's pretty cool to obviously see, you know, some of the snow maps coming back. We already know about this, but instead it's going to be taking a castle-y vibe instead of kind of like a spy operation kind of area where it was normally set. So that's going to be quite interesting. So he also talked about the map frequency, but he didn't actually have the name frequency. We all have seen gameplay of the map frequency for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. It was actually previously called map_defilade, so hopefully I said that right. And basically it just takes place at a mountaintop facility in Southeast Asia, as we already know. So he was actually somewhat correct. Actually, he was definitely correct about his whole description of the map. He just didn't have the actual map name there, which is frequency. And moving over to the next map name or list he updated within his leaked map list, is Jungle. So it was originally called MP_Rockies. He obviously didn't have a name of what this map could be, and apparently MP_Rockies is now called Alpine, and it's going to be a snowy remake of Jungle. It seems kind of weird how Treyarch are actually remaking a lot of these snowy maps or creating more snowy maps, but to be honest, I'm kind of fine with it. I really do like snowy maps. They always look good, and of course the graphics are always good with snow falling down when you're running around in the game, so that's always cool. So the next thing is he did previously in his last list have a map there called Raided, which is apparently a Raid remake. However, he put in brackets this time that it is definitely possible that we can be getting a Raid remake, because obviously they're remaking Jungle, Summit, Nuketown, you know, a ton of other maps that are already present in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. So doing it would probably seem quite logical for them. So hopefully that does become the case, because Raid is an awesome map to play on, especially in the Black Ops 2 game. Obviously the Black Ops 3 was alright as well, but Black Ops 2 Raid was definitely the best. And lastly, he did update the map boundary, and he basically said that the boundary map is now removed. So in his last list, he talked about a boundary map, and it's going to be set in a school kind of area, maybe like a canteen area or something like that. Basically it's going to be set in a school, and I think due to, you know, like recent shootings, school shootings and all that type of stuff, I think maybe Activision decided to remove it for obvious reasons, but we never know. It could be remade, or redone in a different way. So instead of a school, they'll probably use the same like assets and textures and remake it into a school or something along those lines. Who really knows? But it seems to me they definitely don't want any controversy around some of the maps coming through to Black Ops 4. So nonetheless, guys, hopefully you did enjoy today's video. Those are some leaks and whatnot regarding Call of Duty World War II and of course the new Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which is going to be coming in October. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop it a thumbs up. Let me know what remake you would like to have back into Black Ops 4. Personally, I wouldn't mind having Raid or the exact same version of Standoff from Black Ops 2, because that map was absolutely insane. So if we get those two maps, I'll definitely be happy about that. Let me know what maps you want back in Black Ops 4 down below in the comment section. Hopefully you did enjoy today's video, and I'll catch you all later. Globe out.